Taylor and Dakota can't co-parent because Dakota is a coercive controller. And I've actually been saying this before Utah codified coercive control. If you're new to my page, my name is Tori. I do work as a family court strategist. I am certified in coercive control. I help victims US-wide as they escape the abuse and navigate family court. Because the attorneys present your case, but they don't actually strategize with you and they don't think long-term. Even with mutual restraining orders, Taylor has a restraining order on Dakota, Dakota has one on her, they can't co-parent, meaning after those restraining orders and even during those restraining orders, because Dakota is a coercive controller. And what a lot of people don't understand, especially court professionals, is the coercive control doesn't stop when you physically escape the abuser. It continues, and the coercive controller actually tightens their grip on their victim. Examples of that is weaponizing family court against the victim, saying that they need mental health evaluations, claiming that they're an addict, retaliating, especially digitally, trying to isolate them from friends and family, interfering and sabotaging with their income. And they also use the kids as pawns. They intentionally have kids with their victim because they want that invisible string for life. Not because they actually love the victim, but because they want that control over them. They want them to essentially be this little caged bird. Physically separating the two partners or ex-partners doesn't mean that the coercive control will stop. And this is a common misconception of not only the public, but court professionals. As somebody who's certified in coercive control, I think the retaliation is already happening. And that is via Dakota posting online, tagging Jesse because Jesse wrote an affidavit. Coincidentally, now TMZ has the audio from Jesse. I wonder who did that. For most of these coercive controllers, it's not necessarily a collapse of their power. They retaliate, they use the kids as pawns, and they increase their tactics. And family court will typically put up with it and let them file motions over and over. The coercive controller uses family court motions as another stage to continue the annihilation. On top of that, we now have social media where he's involving other people, her friends, family, in the same tactics he was using before. Just because there might be a restraining order in place and or just because you physically escape the coercive controller doesn't mean that it stops.